The topic for today is the top five teams that are going to make a big turnaround this NFL season.
I'm excited. I think we should do another one where it's like things that are going to have a turnaround. I don't want to bug you with this yesterday, but I'm just trying to think of like things that are going to, whether it's players or even like a coach or like there's things that are like coming back in style. But I have another list that I want to make, but we're going to give you it. We're going to give it to you straight. We are a show of lists. We are a show of NBA action, and Hamilton and I cranked that out, so we're excited about that. For some reason, these players all got Saturday schools. They failed chemistry, and they're in summer school. They're all with their teams. They're all at respective facilities. We are so excited to welcome Brandon Pajemski, a little NBA lifeblood in the show here for finals. By the way, go to FanDuel Sportsbook. It's the only place to go. Go put your NBA bets in. Go have some fun. Dabble a little bit responsibly, of course. But FanDuel Sportsbook has everything you need and some great deals and promos and bonuses. So get over there. But in the NFL world, it is OTA time. And with the second week and everybody in summer school and failing chemistry and having to be with their teams, let's talk about this. Well, except maybe the Steelers. I wanted to dig into, and here it is. Let's get this right for the internet. Here's my top five teams that I think will turn it around this year. And I want to start at number 5. You know who I think is going to turn it around? Dame Los Panthers, okay? Carolina Panthers, that's correct, okay? Do we even call it a turnaround? What's your definition, ChatGPT, of a turnaround? It started last year, did it not? They went 4-5 over the second half of the season. They had a really sad story of a start, right? A 1-7. Sky is falling. How do we come back from this start? But then we saw Bryce Young come alive down the stretch. Truly, and I don't mean this hyperbolically, truly one of my favorite stories of last year. And I told him so when I saw him, Lakers fan, Bryce Young at Super Bowl. Like, I loved his arc. I loved what happened and what he fought through. Being benched, are we kidding me? And then he knocks out the Cardinals and Falcons out of the playoffs. He ruined their season. He sent them to Cabo for 12 seconds before they had to come back and be with their team for 9 weeks of OTAs. I mean, the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Bucs, he took them down to the wire. The Chiefs, I remember being in the Bahamas, brag, flex there, but I remember watching on this little television that was going in and out at the bar, and I was like, are the Panthers going to do this? And they almost did. But they did lose, right? So that's why it is a turnaround. And now, they've got their 8th overall pick, let's just be honest, I'm never really going to look at him very kindly, I don't think, because I was lied to about their draft intentions. I was told they were going defense by their coach, by their GM, but they lied to me and took Tetairoa McMillan instead. Fine, you guys do that. Actually, I'm kidding. I love him. I've been around him a bunch. He's a Panini guy, which means he's a great guy. And I think he'll help take Bryce's game to another level. Their win total, I'm looking at it right now. Their win total is 6.5. Oof. That's crazy. Like, plus 235 to make the playoffs as of this morning. I don't know about that. Do I think that they could push for a wild card spot down the stretch? I do. I definitely do. And the NFC South? Well, of course. But 6.5. You're effing welcome for that one. Go to FanDuel Sportsbook, get that done. Okay, at number 4, turnaround team Arizona Cardinals. I know it's low hanging. I know. The schedule's going to come up. I'm sorry. I know. Shot caller. Get me to stop talking about the ease of the schedule, the hackneyed schedule for the Arizona Desert team. But maybe it's kind of like a borderline. They did win 8 games last year, right? But they haven't been to the playoffs in 4 straight years. That's the turnaround I'm saying. They're going to go from good team meaning like not losing record, to a playoff team, because Kyler was good last year. And I think we still have to be patient with Kyler. I really do. He's building chemistry. We know he's working on it. He's going into year 2 with Marvin Harrison, who looks like a Marvel superhero. Building muscle, or like whatever he's done that was making the rounds a couple of weeks ago. The biggest reason I think they do take the next step, though, but more than that, they went in on building up the defense this season. Let's take a look at the moves made by the front office. They literally put on the ski masks, went on in to Philly and said, Josh Sweat, you're ours. And he's going to reunite with Jonathan Gannon. They got Walter Nolan out of Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin, we love ya. That was a first rounder. They got Will Johnson out of Michigan. That was their second round. And they, of course, got Calais Campbell back home, where he will bring that veteran pro mentality to this locker room. Not to mention, they only got 6 games out of last year's number 1 pick, or first rounder rather, Darius Robinson. They only got 6 games out of him, 1-8 without him. So he's back and healthy and ready to go. They're 8.5. Yeah, I think they beat that 8.5 win total I'm seeing right here, FanDuel Sportsbook. 8.5, huh? That's a good. Those overlords did their thing on that one. They're going to go over though. And I think they make it into the playoffs. And I don't think that, is the NFC West totally out of question? I'm seeing it's plus 410. You guys tell me. I don't know. I'd like to see them get a crack at the playoffs. I think they could get in. Okay. At number 3. Okay, here we go. At number 3, I have one word for you.
Duval.
You guys, let's go. Duval, right? Mr. Liam Coen here. I think I can go my whole life without hearing that again. He's running the offense. He's bringing a balance to things. It's all we want. Like, we can't, like, Trevor shouldn't have to do it alone. It's not whether he can or can't or what it means for his, like, bravado or, like, what it means for him as a quarterback. Like, he needs help. He needs help, deserves help. They did that, right? They rebuilt the offensive line. Travis freaking Hunter to go alongside Brian freaking Thomas Jr., and I talked to Travis about it, and he's excited to get to work. He's, obviously had his wedding. He's going to be used hopefully all over the place. Hopefully they use him cleverly and wisely. He's going to have to prep for all of that. But this has to be the year. I'm putting this out there because it has to be the year Trevor Lawrence catches fire. Now the defense, outside of Trevor, like, they might need some work. They've got Josh Hines-Allen, Trayvon Walker, but I think they make some noise, and they're getting the second best odds to win the division, by the way, at plus 290. Okay. All right, 2-time defending champion Texans. Okay, they're right behind them. Okay, their win total, guys, though, is 7.5, so they're going to get there. 7.5, I like that over on FanDuel Sportsbook. At number 2, in NFL teams that are going to turn it around, it's got to be the Bears, right? Like, it can't. The Bears can't not be on this list. Who might be number 1? I don't know if the Bears are number 2. You physically could not do more in an off season, and really before last season, outside of maybe who was running the show, to help their young quarterback, right? They really did it. They bring in Ben Johnson, belle of the ball. And I've said this a million times. Just that move was like, I'm in. I'm not going to question it, because them just going and getting the belle of the ball among candidates, that's antithetical when it comes to past patterns of behavior with the Chicago Bears already. So that's already like sexy AF. Like, I'm in. Then you overhaul the entire offensive line. Joe Thuney is the big splash there. Like, big splashes. Who are we? I don't recognize us. Like, what is this? And they could have said, okay, Caleb's fine. He's got Rome, who I believe is such a star. And I think this is the year he gets to show that on the national level. He's great with perennial 1,000-yard guy, like experienced DJ Moore. He's good. But no, they were like, let's go get Colston Loveland. Let's go get this pass catcher at the tight end spot, because we know that's what Ben Johnson likes to do. Let's get Luther Burden, the Swiss Army knife, who I believe will be a value, and they got him in the second round. They have the longest odds, y'all, to win the NFC North. Longest odds here at plus 480. Okay, we know their biggest obstacle is the division, right? But then you also have, like, Ben knows the ins and outs and what have yous about their team that just lost Frank Ragnow to, his retirement, and congratulations to him. You got the Vikings, who I think need to make the Super Bowl. Will they? We'll see. They got a young quarterback. Interesting. I don't know. Is there an argument that the Bears won't make the playoffs? I think they'll make the playoffs. Do you guys think they'll make the playoffs? I'm confident with them. Plus 154 to get in, and the win total is 8.5. And I'm going to hit the over on both of those. Okay, at number 1, if the Bears are number 2 when it comes to turnarounds, right? And they've done so much and nobody could possibly do more. The only team that I could see might have a bigger turnaround, or that I'm more confident in their turnaround from last year to this year, is the New England Patriots, because it was a Beverly Hills facelift that they got. Okay, it was the Kris Jenner. Is what they did. They're unrecognizable. Not that she's always been beautiful, but you know what I'm saying. Drake May gets a franchise left tackle in Will Campbell. 2 new receivers. They got Diggs, who is an all-pro, okay? He knows what he's doing. He's an all-pro. Stephon Diggs, and they get the rookie Kyle Williams. They get Travion Henderson, who I loved meeting through the draft process and, of course, at the Panini Rookie Premiere, we're going to see a big jump out of this quarterback. I've spent time around Drake May. I really believe in him, and obviously Vrabel. Half the defense now too, right? He brings in his guy. He brings in somebody, Vrabel does, and Harold Landry. They land Milton Williams from the Super Bowl champs. They have a healthy Christian Barmore back in the mix. All of that matters. And then you got to look at the complexion. Like, it's the anti, Bears thing where you're like, oh man, the division's tough. I don't know. I'm looking at this division, Jets and Dolphins. They're taking hits. So don't they crush that win total? Are we kidding? Don't you think they finish second behind the Bills? Don't you think they go to the playoffs at plus 158? If you do, go over to FanDuel Sportsbook. If you don't, go over to FanDuel Sportsbook. So there you have it, my top 5 teams to turn it around in 2025. The Patriots at number 1, Bears, Jags, Duval, Cardinals, and Panthers. There you have it. Hamilton, I think that's a pretty good job. And I'm banging the over on all of these teams currently with what they have. As far as futures, is there one that you're more confident in? Those Jags at 3 need to be higher?
Yeah, I really like what the Jags have done. I think Liam Coen is going to be a huge difference maker, like you said, for Trevor Lawrence. And the Bears are so interesting to me because, as you said, like, the only reason for them not is that division, because everybody's so tough. But again, they're getting the longest odds in the division. I could just as easily see them winning that division as I can seeing them finish in last place. I think things are going to be that close in that NFC North, and I think the Bears upgrade is massive. And I think the Lions, losing those 2 coordinators, losing Ragnar, I think the Lions have taken some pretty serious hits. So I think it's going to be a tight race to the finish in that NFC North, and I wouldn't be shocked if the Bears end up on top, as crazy as that might sound.
On top of the division.
I wouldn't be totally shocked.
You're insane.
I could absolutely see it happening.
That is insane talk right there.
It's June talk. Let's go.
I wouldn't hate seeing it. And I think that I would obviously cheer. But if I'm being real, because I'm in. I told you I'm in the second the Ben Johnson thing. And I think you always have to, it's been so bad that you just have to embrace it. And if you get your heart broken, you've gotten your heart broken before. So just get